Sunfish HR is recruitment module that enables you to create recruitment request. This video will show you how to create recruitment request along with the approval. To begin with, go to Recruitment Request. Then, you will see the recorded recruitment request. Click plus button to add a new recruitment request. Afterwards, the Add Recruitment Request page will appear. Determine position by organization unit by clicking the suggestion tip and selecting the position from the available options. Then the position name for display will be automatically filled and user engages based on the selected position by organization unit. Select the job category of the position from the available options. There are 7 tabs here. In General Info, you need to input some general information. Input the number of vacancy you want to request. Select the reason of this recruitment request, whether manpower plan, replacement, or other. Type in the remark of this recruitment request on the provided text box. Determine the expected start date for the hired position from the calendar. Select the employment status. After selecting the employment status, except for permanent, the employment period field will appear. Determine the employment period in month. Input the name of recruiter and the hiring manager. Select the status of the recruitment, whether regular or headhunter. Select regular if you want to recruit people to be the employee in your company. Select headhunter if you want to recruit people to be the employee in your client or partner company. Type in the location of the recruitment. Select the grade category of the hired position. Input the information about total of working days and hours shifting for the hired position. Input the information about placement, along with the organization unit, contact person and phone number, business group, city, and email. In job description tag, you can describe about the hired position on the provided text box. In collaborator tag, you can choose the collaborator who was responsible in the recruitment process. As default, the collaborator name will be filled by the names of recruiter and hiring manager determined in general info tag. You can add more than one collaborator by clicking plus icon in the suggestion tip to select the collaborator from the available options. In selection step tag, you need to input the selection method and selection method detail. Click the suggestion tip and choose selection method that will be used for the recruitment process. If the selection method you want to choose does not appear on the list, then you can add a new selection method by clicking this icon and filling the form to be submitted, and the new selection method will appear on the list. Selection method detail will appear automatically according to the chosen selection method. Determine the target completion date and PIC for each detail. Select Don't Validate against expected start date if you want to make the target completion date does not exceed the expected start date. In pre-screening type, you need to determine the type of screening along with the question. Click the suggestion tip and select the type of screening that will be used for the recruitment process. If the type of screening you want to choose does not appear on the list, then you can add a new type of screening by clicking this icon and filling the form to be submitted, and the new type of screening will appear on the list. The question will appear automatically according to the chosen type of screening. For the given option of each question, select requirement if it becomes the requirement to apply this position. Select asset if it becomes asset. In advertisement tag, click suggestion tip to choose the media of advertisement that will be used for this recruitment. Determine the start date and end date of advertisement, along with the cost that is needed. Select the form template that will be used. Select Don't Validate against expected start date if you want to make the end date of this vacancy does not exceed the expected start date. In compensation and benefit tag, determine the range of monthly salary recommended by the company. Select negotiable if the salary can be negotiated. Determine how many times the salary will be given in a year, whether 12, 13, or 14 times. Click the suggestion tip to choose the allowance given for this position. If the allowance you want to choose does not appear on the list, then you can add a new allowance by clicking this icon and filling the form to be submitted. Then the new allowance will appear on the list. Type in the description of allowance on the provided text box. You can also add more allowance by clicking this icon to add a new row, and you can also delete the allowance by clicking this icon. Select No if you want to make the employee works overtime without getting any allowance. Select Yes if you want to make the employee works overtime with getting the allowance. Select As per prevailing regulation if you want to make the employee getting the allowance based on the prevailing regulation. Once it is done, click Cancel to go back to the previous page without saving the data, or click Save as Draft to save the request as draft, or click Send to Approver to send the request to the approver. And the recruitment request you've recently made will appear on the record. In case you want to edit the existing recorded recruitment request, remember that only the request with draft status that can be edited. Click the position link, and the Edit Recruitment Request will appear. The page looks simply similar to the Add page. You can click Cancel to cancel everything the request, click Delete to delete the request, click Draft to save it as draft, or edit the data. Then click Send to Approver to update the record and send it to the approver. Once the request is sent, it will go to the approver's inbox. As an approver, with a different login account from before, you can do the approval from the outstanding request. Click the outstanding request icon, and you can see the authorized user's outstanding requests needed to be followed up. Choose the recruitment request, and you can see the inbox containing the request with the unverified or partially approved status. Choose the request, and you can view the detail of request. The first icon is Approve icon. You can approve the request once you click this icon. The second icon is Notes icon. You can give notes to the request by tapping on the provided text box. The third icon is Revise icon. If you think that the request needs revision, then you can click this icon to ask for the revision. The last icon is Reject icon. If you think that the request can't be fulfilled, then you can click this icon to reject the request. Besides, you can also edit the collaborator. Since we're going to approve the request, click Approve icon, then click OK. Once you approve the request will disappear from the inbox. Therefore, after approving the request, you can close the inbox and return to the previous page. After the request has been approved, the collaborator or the approver can still revise the data of recruitment request. Choose the recruitment request of which data will be revised, and click the link to the Revise column. Then Revise Recruitment Request page will appear. The page looks simply similar to the edit page. Click Cancel to cancel revising the data. The collaborator or the approver may cancel the approved recruitment request because of certain reason. Input the reason on the Reason for Revise text field, then click Close or Cancel. Since we're going to revise this request, revise the data, then click Submit.